we're going round and round out there. And I'm like, he didn't crash the boat. I'm trying to like talk normal about it. It's not working. But we're starting to get like surrounded now. Like it's getting awkward on the beach. And so the guy goes, he whispers to his wife, he's like, I got a passport. Let's just get out of here. And so we just start walking up the beach. But like, there's all these guys back there, and I think they want to kick our ass right now. Like, this ain't good. All right, it's the Fit for Radio podcast, a special little short here with Jesus Romero, a guy I met on the beaches of Mexico 14 or 15 years ago now, which is totally insane to me. It was before I even had children is when I met Jesus in just a chance meeting outside of the Rio Santa Fe where I was staying with my wife. I walked down to the beach to check out some trinkets, talk about some excursions, and I met this guy, and I was partying for sure. I think I probably had 2 drinks in my hand at the time, big smile, and just full of trouble at that point, which made us fast friends. Now, Jesus, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here, buddy.
Thank you.
Now, I wanted to just talk to you. We did a full length podcast about your life and the things that you've been through, but I've always been a little bit curious about the workings of the beach, right? So like when you're at the beach and there's all the people selling plates and bracelets and, you name it, sunglasses all the way down the line. So do people get up in the morning and do they go to like a warehouse to get all that product? Because it's all kind of the same stuff, down the beach. It's just a different person holding it. Where do they get all that? Do they pay for that ahead of time? Are they borrowing it till they pay for it? How does that work?
Some of it, what they do, they just buy their product. Sometimes they'll buy it from South Mexico. Let's say a hat, example, right? A hat. So they bought it from like South Mexico, and they pay, let's say, about $5, let's say, that a hat. And you just sell it out for 10. So you make yourself like $5. That's how we do it. So you just gotta buy your stuff and you just resell it for like a little bit higher price. And then
so all of
money.
that is their stuff then?
Yeah.
Like, so they've already purchased it?
They already purchased it. Now they gotta make their commission and kind of get their money back so they can reinvest their money, kind of get more hats, yeah.
And that's probably why they're so thoroughly annoyed was as you're trying to like get the price down $1 more and $1 more, because that's the profit margin. You're cutting into the margins here.
That's right. Yeah, that's when they're like, oh, come on, man. You're messing with my money. Trying to pay me $5.
So I got a question. So one time, and you're not even on that beach anymore, so I'll just tell it straight. You hooked me up with these guys who I went on a jet ski. We went jet skiing. Now, beforehand, I've been taught to walk around the jet ski and to circle everything that has a dent, a scratch, or whatever. Well, we had met these people from Texas, and they're all so Texas, and they're like, "Let's go down, let's ride some jet skis." And I'm like, okay. So I went down and saw you. You get me with some guys who will give me a pretty good deal. But things get weird though, because after we get done and we're out in the middle of the ocean, like nobody's jet ski touches anything, right? I mean, you're in the wide open ocean. Unless you slammed into each other, which we would know, nothing's happened. So we get back and the guys are there and they've got like a couple of guys behind them that have like not taken their masks off with the glasses. They look real shady. And they're like, no, you crashed the boat. So there's these guys and like, a couple of them have masks on and glasses, but it's hot. It's the beach. I don't know. And, people are shady, whatever. But one of the other people from Texas, they're like, no, you crashed this boat and you need to pay us $250. And he's like, I ain't paying no $250. Now, what these guys did not know at that moment was that this guy is a police officer in America. And so he's not used to taking any crap from people, and so like, whereas in my mindset changes when I go to Mexico, and I'm like, I'm no longer in control. I have to like maneuver all of these things. And that's the smart way. That's the survivor's way. But this guy was like, nah.
Oh, acting all tough in his one country?
Yeah, exactly. And so what he did was the guy goes, I'm not giving you your driver's license back until you pay me $250. And so like we're going round and round out there, and I'm like, he didn't crash the boat. I'm trying to like talk normal about it. It's not working. But we're starting to get like surrounded now. Like it's getting awkward on the beach. And so the guy goes, he whispers to his wife, he's like, I got a passport. Let's just get out of here. And so we just start walking up the beach, and there's like this, I forget which hotel has like a pirate ship type feel to it.
Breadless.
Yeah, so we walk up to it, and they're like, hey, bracelets? I'm like, we don't have any bracelets. But like, there's all these guys back there, and I think they want to kick our ass right now. Like, this ain't good, because the guy has run his mouth a little bit to them. He's had a couple of cold drinks, and he's feeling like he's being ripped off, right? And so the people there they took us through the hotel and got us a car and got us out of there. So we were gone, right? And right before we left, they were like, the police are coming. They're coming to your hotel. All this stuff. And I was freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, the police are going to come to my hotel. So I go to the front desk at our hotel, and I kind of give them the cliff notes. I'm like, hey, so this happened. And they say they're coming to the hotel. And the lady just smiles at me and goes, sir, they are not coming in this hotel. She was so relaxed. And she's like, you can forget about it. She's like, I suggest you go grab yourself a drink at the bar. I was like, that's it? And she's like, that's it. And so I'm like, okay. So I walk away, and I'm just going to tell you something that happened after that. This is crazy. And maybe you can explain why, but you know, he had thrown a bunch of what felt like empty threats at them about being law enforcement, about how you can't do this to me and all this. They sent him his driver's license back in the mail. The guys from the beach.
They did? How?
Like 6 months later, maybe 5 months later, because his ID had his address on it.
Okay.
And they put it in the mail, and they sent it to him.
But he didn't pay the damage?
No.
What?
He never paid he never talked to him again after that beach, but one day in his mailbox was his ID. I don't understand. Do you think that maybe that his threats, somebody was like, I don't want to deal with him?
Nah, not
it
at all.
It seems impossible.
No, it was, I don't know what happened.
Or somebody just had a moment of kindness?
Or maybe the owner of the company, he's like, okay, whatever, I'm just going to send his ID, because the guys that were fighting there, running their mouth, they were just employees. He's just working there. So the owner is not there. Sometimes he is, so he's always at home.
So he probably was like, I just don't want a bunch of bad blood. Let's just walk away.
Or maybe the other Texas guy, maybe he did a review or something, or I don't know, or on his company, because this is how he can get your stuff back. You know, he's telling like, hey, I'm gonna do a badass review on your company. I'm gonna tell them about you and all this stuff, and people, you're like, okay, don't worry. Here, I don't know. It's just, but I was lucky, bro, because they'll make you pay. You watch this. If you don't pay, they'll call the police.
The Fit for Radio podcast is brought to you in part by Motorsport Hillsboro, which you got to go in and see them. The inventory of everything off-road is right there for you, including the gas electric mountain bikes. And you can go all the way up to the trail-ready, aggressive bike that is 60% off, going for $21.99 right now. That's nearly $3,000 off MSRP. The only thing better than hitting those trails is knowing you got a sweet deal. Lightweight frame, powerful motor, and of course, built for the trails. Check them out today at motorsporthillsboro.com, the hardest place you'll love to find. Also brought to you by the Stafford Hills Club, where I record all of my shows, and it is pool season, so why not get on board and get yourself out there by their saltwater pool. The grill opens soon, and it's going to be a ton of fun. And remember, family memberships do fill up, so you want to get on board before you end up on a wait list and you're watching from the sidelines while the rest of us have a great summer. hit them up today at staffordhills.com.
And the police
And then
already
it's
know what happened.
and that's what I was that was what they said they had done, and that's when I was afraid, because I know firsthand that it's not like when the police get called here and they're like, let's hear everybody out. It's not a good deal. And I did not want to be there. And so as soon as they said that, my wife and I were walking directly towards that hotel. I was like, get to safe space right now. Because I'm like, there's no dent on, because when he looked at mine afterwards, I had circled basically the entire boat. This thing was had all kinds of dents. I'm like, right there, to the point he was so annoyed with me. He's like, okay. And he took the paperwork and I was like, still circling things. I'm like, I'm not your guy. Not me, dude. So maybe that's a warning to always make sure you check your boat ahead of time.
You do, the easy way to do it, you just pull up your phone and then just record the jet ski around. And it just record the person. And that way they could have been, oh, no, wasn't me. I wasn't one. And then you can.
Yeah, you can prove it.
Do it. Yeah, because to be honest, that's a lot of thieves over in the Cabo. Like a lot of them, they just want to take your money kind of. So, you know?
So what for you, what's a tip for someone who's going on vacation? They're going to be staying on the beach and they're going to be down there trying to get excursions and all that. And pretend it's not your company on the beach, because obviously we would want them to go see you and you'd give them the best deal and bing, bong, boom. But what if you're just on a random beach in Mexico, what's the best way to go about getting yourself an excursion?
Okay, first, you got to make sure he has like his ID or he has his name tag, from a company he works for. Second, make sure his company is online. And then once you see that, you get it. But other than that, if he's just telling you like, yo, I got a good deal for you, man, you got to put a deposit. And then tomorrow you just got to pay the balance. Sometimes you got to forget about the deposit. And sometimes when you pay in full, you forget about money because they don't show up. There's a lot of people doing that on the beach now because it's a lot of tweakers over there. You see a lot of them just smoking that like under a black plastic bag, bro. He's hiding. You see when they pull out their bag?
That's what they're doing under there.
Yeah, if you see one of them, that's what they're doing.
It's funny. It's like, oh yeah, let me hide that I'm doing drugs with a giant black plastic bag over my head. Like, oh yeah, very incognito. That's amazing. Which is sad. It's sad because I love Cabo San Lucas, but I love Mexican beaches in general. And it's just too bad that part has gotten a little rougher around the edges. What do you think? Do you think that it goes back to the way that it was ever, or are we stuck in this rotation?
I think we're stuck in this rotation, bro. Like we are, because it's a little bit hard, to be honest. Because once you trying to deal with an addict, it's hard. It's hard to deal with them. So, no matter how many lies they'll tell you, they always gonna be that person. You know what I mean? Because they're on drugs.
Mm-hmm. So I guess that's something to keep an eye on. If their jaw's moving 1,000,000 miles a minute, they're bug-eyeing out, then they're probably on drugs. You know what? Back in my days on the beach, I always just find somebody, because there was always the guy on your beach where he'd come up to me and he'd give me good deals on stuff, but he would always come up, and you probably know him just based on this comment. He'd walk up and go, "Rum and Coke." And I'd go, "What?" He'd go, "And then give me a rum and Coke." The older guy.
Okay. Well, actually, he passed away. You talk about the silver guy.
No, it's because I kept bringing rum and Cokes.
Yeah, that's why.
I loved
it takes
him.
too long to bring him the rum and Coke.
I know. I think I forgot. I didn't get there on time. But there would be times where I would get stuck back up at the pool, and I'd promised him a drink, and I would always come through. I'd come back down there. I'm like, "You thought I forgot about you." He's like,
sometimes a few hours later.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't always on time, but I always made it back. But thank you so much for taking a few minutes. I want to stay in touch. I want to talk about more of these types of things, especially when something big goes on down there. You can give me a little insight from beyond the border. And congratulations as my first international guest, where the show has been heard in, I think, something like 22 countries, something like that. So we're expanding. I'm talking about. Yeah, that's right. That's right,
brother.
So more of that.
I'm just happy for you, man. Big ass hug, brother. You know, it's a true one. You know, man. It's just, yeah.
Thank you, bro. Well, I appreciate the
Nice.
support, and I'm a big supporter of you too, and I can't wait to see what you do next. And with that head on your shoulders, you're gonna be just fine. So, cheers to you. And next time I'm on the beach in your neck of the woods, you know who I'm calling.
Already.
All right, cheers, buddy.
All right, cheers, brother.